Hello guys, welcome back and let's continue with our last example about styling our HTML file. Suppose we want to make our h1 tag to have a blue text. How can we approach this? Well, first we need to add an attribute inside our h1 tag, which is called style. Just type style, then an equal sign, and between double quotes, just type color, colon, blue, and you need to end with a semicolon. Now just save your changes, come back to the browser, refresh the page, and you have a blue text now. And of course you can do this to different tags. Let's change the color of our h2 tag. We make the same process by typing style, then we make color, and put red, and then the semicolon. Now we refresh the page and we have a red text here in the h2. We can do the same to the button as well. So let's write style, color, let's make this purple, save the file, refresh, and then we have a purple button. So can we change the body tag as well? Of course we can do this. So let's change the background color now. Just come here to the body tag and add style, and now just type background color dash color column and type green. Save the file, refresh the page, and now you have a green background. That's pretty cool, huh? But what happens if you have a big web page with a lot of tags? Maybe we have here a paragraph which says some text, and then we have a bunch of other paragraphs here in our file. Now let's say you want to change the color of this p text to green. Okay, so what you need to do to make this possible? You need to come here to each of these p tags and type style and just type color green. Okay, so this could be a really difficult task for us to do because we need to change one by one. And then it's where CSS comes into play. CSS make this task much more simple and easy for us to make these changes. Because now with CSS, we are not going to put our style inside our HTML tags like we're doing here. We just need to create a new tag here inside our head tag, which is called style. Just type style, close, and inside the style, we just can write our rules inside these tags. So we can write here, for example, P, which refers to paragraph. Then we open curly braces and we type color green. So now this tells the browser that we want to make all our p tags to be green. So we don't need to put this color green in every single p tag here in our HTML tag. Now if you want to make some changes in our h1 tag as well, just type h1, open curly braces, type color, and red. Now this is going to reflect to all h1 tags. Okay, and now you save this file, refresh the page, and you have these tags working as well like we did before. But now there's another problem. Here, if this HTML file can be pretty large here in this head section because we're just going to have a lot of different styles. That's when we have another approach that is going to make our life easier and much more organized. Instead of writing all our code here in this index.html file, we are going to create another file called style.css. So just come here on the left side, just click in new file, name it style.css, and you're gonna copy all the styles you just make here in the HTML file. You can cut and paste here in this new CSS file. Okay, this file is going to keep all our specification about the style we want to apply to this web page. So here you save this file, come back to the page, reload, and wait, nothing happens here. What is wrong? Well, you haven't made a connection between your HTML file and your CSS, okay? You need to make this connection. And you do this by creating a link tag. Okay, so you just create a link tag. And this is gonna be a style sheet. Okay. And type of text dash slash CSS. You have an href attribute that's going to point to the file. In this case, we have our style.css in the same folder as our HTML file. So you just need to type the name of our CSS, which is style.css. Okay, now you just need to save it, come back to the browser, refresh it, and you have our styles here working again. So let's take a look here with our first example of client-server to see what happens in this case. Well, as we mentioned before, we make a request to the server, then the server will send to us an HTML file. Then, when this HTML file is being parsed by our browser, it's gonna check that there's a link to another file, as we write here in the head tag. And then our browser is gonna make another request to the server, but now looking for the style.css file. Then the server sends this file back to our client, and we can see the style being applied to our HTML file. In this case, we have to make 2 requests to make our web page appear the way we want. Now, I want you to take a look of all the properties that CSS can handle, so you can make the changes you want to make a web page looks much more beautiful and responsive to each and every different device. So after you have been played with all these different tags, we're gonna start writing our first JavaScript, which is gonna relate to how can we handle these tags, how can we make it appear, how can we make it disappear, and how can we change the text of our tags, how can we change the classes, and we can make all this interaction by giving some life with JavaScript. So stay tuned, and I see you in the next lesson.